It's that time again where we get into the woke mind of college students as per usual. But as I usually say, I'm not going to talk anymore. So let us get into the video.
We're at Southampton University asking students about gender. How many genders are there?
Come on, girl.
Fucking hell.
Is it something I said? How many genders are there?
2, I believe. Yeah.
Excellent. Cool. Kill the video. No, I'm joking. Have you heard of Drag Story UK?
No.
No. So Drag Story UK is an organisation which says that children should come and watch drag queens. So that's males dressed provocatively as females to read to children. And we're asking students what they think about that. That is an American phenomenon that's arrived in the UK.
Well, I believe it should be their choice, but I don't know. It depends on the parents as well, what they think that their children should see or watch.
Sure. They're scantily clad. They're dressed inappropriately. A lot of people say. What are your thoughts on that? Should they be dressed inappropriately in front of children?
Well, if it's provocative, like dressed in a provocative way, that probably shouldn't be expressed to children at a young age.
Do you know Cardi B, the artist?
Yes.
Would you be okay? I mean, obviously everyone knows her music, what she says, how she comes across, what she
Yeah.
stands for. Would you be okay with her reading to children?
No.
Thanks for your time, mate. Spot on. How many genders are there?
The thing is, right?
Now, before she answers, the fact that she has to think so long, there are two options as to what her answer is going to be. It's either she's going to say there are multiple genders, or she's going to say, see, I don't want to offend people, or something along the lines of this, which with her pause already shows me the reason she doesn't really want to answer the question the way she wants to answer it is because she fears backlash from the woke community and the ABCD community, who all talk about love and unity, yet these people always have these fears, which is very interesting.
Offend anyone?
It should be so easy for us to answer, shouldn't it?
It should,
But it's not.
but it isn't. Yeah. Me personally, I feel like boy, girl, obviously transgender. But then if people want to identify how they identify, that's
If
completely
it feels
up to them.
from let's just say that I've asked that question 1,000 times, it feels like there's a compulsory, invisible animosity in the air that you have to say that regurgitated.
There's a hesitation for sure. Yeah.
It's a nice word. It's a nice word. There's a hesitation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you heard of Drag Story UK?
No.
So drag. You know what a drag queen is?
Yes.
Okay. Scantily clad, male, dressing female,
Dressing in, yeah.
provocative. So Drag Story UK insists that it's okay and fine, and it's happening throughout the UK to read stories to children. Scantily clad. What are your thoughts on that? Individually.
Well, to be fair, I feel like kids nowadays are exposed to a lot worse. I mean, you can find anything online.
So because kids are exposed to a lot worse, who cares? So let's allow them to be exposed to more bad things. Is that the train of logic we want to go down? And this is what I mean by because people are such cowards nowadays, they will allow stupidity and degeneracy like this to go on. And it's completely sad that these people are in university or college for the Americans getting so-called higher education, and these people are the future of the world who will not only vote, I'll repeat, who will not only vote, some of them will also have kids, and these are the types of ideas that go through their heads. And she's not answered yet, I've not watched the video yet, but by that answer, you must follow that because they're already exposed to crazy and bad things, it's not that much of a harm to expose them to more bad things, right?
I think it's
A 5-year-old can't
Preference.
find things online, can it?
wow. I think when it comes to that age, I think it might maybe down to parents and what they want their kids to be.
If their parents are okay with it, then it's fine.
Before we get back into the video, I need everyone to turn on their post notifications so that you get notified whenever one of my videos come out. Like the video as much as possible, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and follow me on Twitter at YinkaThatGuy. Let us get back into the video.
I feel like as long as the parents are happy, then yeah.
Do you know Cardi B, the rapper artist, whatever she's called,
Yes.
right? You know how she behaves, acts, what she wears. Would you be okay with her reading to children?
Yeah, again, see, this is where it gets complicated.
Is it complicated?
It's not complicated.
This is where it gets tricky.
There's that hesitation.
Yeah, this is where it gets a bit contradictory. Yeah.
We're at Southampton University and we're asking students about.
I'm going to pause it here and make a judgment, and let's see if I'm correct. Just by looking, I'm going to assume what these people's answers are going to be, and they're going to say it's totally fine. If I'm wrong, but I'm just assuming because my whole mantra so far has been they always have a certain look, and they seem to be fitting the criteria right now. And before people say, Yinka, you're so judgmental, everyone is judgmental, and the people saying that I'm judgmental are also making a judgment against me, which makes you judgmental. Carry on.
Gender identification. How many genders are there, guys?
Infinite amount.
Infinite amount?
Whatever you identify as.
Infinite amount, whatever you identify as. How do you feel about adult performers reading to children? So, have you heard of Drag Story UK?
Yes.
Yeah, it's current topic. How do you feel about male adult performers dressed as they are, provocatively, the drag get up? How do you feel about those guys reading to children? Drag Story UK is happening in the UK right now.
I don't think there's really an issue with it. I think there's a lot of stigma that surrounds that whole community, and to be able to give children the opportunity to have stories read to them by them, it destigmatizes a lot of the community and kind of exposes them to things outside of what's considered norm.
That's the method, is it, to break down barriers, as you
100%.
say, and to
It
reduce.
opens up the conversation for more exploration into gender identity, and not even just gender identity, but expression and expression as a person. Because, I
think it's quite crucial. I think it's crucial to expose. It's not even exposing, it's just showing kids all the different. That's the beauty of living here, is how everyone can be different, everyone has the freedom to be different. And I think that's what we should be teaching our kids, is that you can be whatever you want. You've got one life, do whatever you want. And
I've got to be fair, obviously I can't be biased, so some people say they're scantily clad, they're dressed inappropriately with regards to how they come across when they're reading. Any thoughts on that? Or what would be your opinion on that?
I think society decides to sexualise body because that's societal norm that we've put in place.
And this is what happens when you allow this stupid ideology to get out into the world, because now they're saying it's society that sexualizes these types of things. So then the follow-up should be that we should allow these things, or even nearly naked people, to be shown to people who are not of age. Then to normalize it would be the logical thing to follow, right? Because society are the ones who are stigmatizing these things. So we need to break the barriers to people who are not of age. That should be the thing that should follow up with the conclusions and the logic that these people have. I've always said it, they always have a certain look and they always prove my point.
So there is no reason why exposing, I grew up in Belgium, so in Belgium you had all exposed shoulders, that's sexualised, but there's absolutely no reason for it to be, we just decide that it is. So a kid won't see it that way unless we teach it to see it that way.
It's 100% about sexualisation of bodies. And I think as well, if there's an issue with that, you've got to ask yourself, what actually is the issue? Is it how they're dressed, or is it the fact that you don't like instead what they're doing? Because if they're scantily dressed but you don't necessarily care about performers, like other artists out there, but are women, so they dress like that, and they're like, oh yeah, but it's fine, but that's how women like to dress, so why is it any different for drag performers to do that?
I think I follow your logic. I'm just trying to differentiate between under 18 and over 18. But to your point, Cardi B, not my cup of tea, but she talks a lot about sex. A lot of people say it's really quite abhorrent what she talks about. Would you be okay with her, as she is, reading to children?
I don't think there'd be an issue with it. I think she also has children, if I'm right. She kind of understands how...
You know, the funny thing about it all, especially this whole Cardi B example, is Cardi B herself said she wouldn't want her own kids listening to her music. To tell you how these people are brainwashing you, the person who has kids, being Cardi B, said herself she wouldn't want her own kids listen to her music. But you, who are not even her kids, will be glad and happy for her to have her music played to your kids when she wouldn't even want it. But I guess continue with the freedom.
Children perceive the world through being a mother, if I'm correct. I believe she's a mum. Through being a mother, and I think It's not about censoring the world to children. And like, if these drag queens are scantily clad, but like little kids are allowed to go to the beach and see like guys walking around in just boxers or like swimming shorts, and like girls walking around in bikinis, why there's a difference there, why there's limitations there for performers.
Okay, so when you go back to your point lastly about sexualisation can happen to anyone, anywhere, anytime. We're humans, we grow, we develop, we die. So just going back to that, your point about sexualisation, are you saying that kids are more susceptible to that, or aren't more susceptible? Sorry, I missed the point. Are they more or less susceptible to it?
I think...
Unless I missed the point altogether, sorry.
No, I think my main point is a kid by nature won't sexualise anybody. We teach them to sexualise, and society teaches them. I mean, the same way that you have, especially, I think, for men have it really hard, that they grow up in an environment where they got taught, oh, you're going to get those women, you're going to be strong and tall and whatever, and you're going to get the woman. It's all...
So kids can be sexualised? As in adults, sorry, humans can be sexualised?
Yeah, humans can be sexualised,
Yeah,
but I think we
society
teach our
imposes
kids...
sexualisation.
Yeah, society teaches our kids to sexualise the body of...
Yeah. Society imposes sexualization of bodies. Bodies themselves are not sexual. Bodies are literally for keeping us alive. Like, it's what society constructs as sexual and what they push onto bodies that causes that. So it's not that kids sexualize bodies, it's that kids are given ideas that sexualize bodies by adults who are living in a society where bodies are sexualized.
These people are absolutely delusional, do not know what the heck they're talking about, and talk absolute nonsense. But anyway, that was another video, another reaction. As I usually say, if you guys enjoyed the video, like the video as much as possible, comment down below, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and follow me on Twitter /X at YinkaThatGuy, and I'm out.